Hey everybody, Cindy Ashton here, CEO of Minerva Enterprises. Today I really wanted to talk about what is the difference between just developing a regular talk and developing a talk that is specifically designed to boost your sales and boost your influence. So let me kind of back up a little bit here, because a lot of people will say, well, I've worked with a speech coach, I've got a great talk, and I'll look at their talk and it's really quite good. But there is definitely a difference in how you position and how you develop a talk if you want to go global and if you know that you want to be monetizing more. And I'm going to tell you right now, that way to develop that talk has nothing to do with scripts. I see a lot of people believe that if they learn some kind of a sales script, they're going to be able to sell really well off the stage. And I'm going to tell you right now that most of the time that doesn't work. And here's why. The problem is that most speech coaches will say, great, what topic do you speak on? And, oh, thank you, Marianne. She says, thanks for the great information. So a lot of speaking coaches will say, what's your topic? What are your talking points, and they'll help you craft a talk. And that's level one, and I think that's fantastic. But it doesn't necessarily get you sales, and even more importantly, get you the influence and the buy-in that you need from an audience. And let me kind of talk through a few different points as to why. First of all, if you're going to invest in getting your speech written and really getting to the next level, you have to look at what's the end game. What do you want the speech to do? Now, you're probably thinking, but Cindy, I've already done that. Well, what's your sales like? Are people saying that you're inspiring? Great. Are they actually taking action on what you have to say? And that's where that's going to tell you if it's making money for you or not. So you really have to look at the end game for which target market for that is. But you also have to really look at the audience needs as well as a person hiring you and their needs, and find a way to amalgamate those. But here's where the real differentiator comes, okay? When you are developing a speech, you have to integrate emotional and visual anchors and take them on a journey. Now, you might have heard this before, but how is this different for influencers? Let me explain. Because by the time I was 19, I was already, as a singer, dancer, actor, working with the best Broadway directors, performers, producers, learning from the best, went on to do, a crazy amount of work as a performing artist, sharing stages with Emmy winners, working with Tony winners, being an award-winning TV host myself. What does this have to do with speech writing? This is what this has to do with it. When you are truly a true professional performer, and I mean you're truthful, you're connected, it's all about understanding how to deliver content in a way that elicits an emotional response without blatantly doing some sales script, which is what a lot of people are doing. They're putting in seeds, they're putting in sales language, they're doing all this stuff. But in today's day and age, people are sick of that stuff. They're just sick of it. They're really tired of being sold. You have to go deeper now at this point in our life, and in this point in our society, and what's happening in this cultural shift is that people are a lot more purpose-driven. They're more into their values. They're really about creating deep and profound change. They do not respond nearly as well to this sales scripted BS that is out there. So when you learn how to truly look at your content, so yeah, you might have great content, but if it's not shaped correctly and it's not delivered in a way that hits those emotional and visual anchors, it's not going to land. So to be truly an influencer that never has to even ask for the sale, and people just want to buy from you, you need to understand that. So as a professional performer who has worked with Broadway, Emmy, Tony Award winners, here's the thing that we do as professional top athletes, or as, I feel like an athlete is a performer. As performers, is when we're analyzing the script and we're analyzing everything, we're really looking at the psychology, what's the motivators, what's the deeper real underneath, needs of the listener, of the person you're trying to persuade on stage or on screen. And it's the same thing that has to happen with a audience or with somebody you're trying to persuade to sell. And again, I don't love the word persuade. You should never have to persuade. But if you know how to really understand the psychology and the need behind the need behind the need, then you can then bring it out in your talk and shape the content in a way that you take them on a journey. It's a fine art at this level. The other piece of it is that it's also really understanding transitions. This is where I see a lot of people, even with people with good content, I see them really lose their ground because they don't work the transitions and they don't work what the emotional anchors are to get the person to the next level. So a lot of people's transitions between their different content sections ends up being bumpy and out of alignment. So these are some of the ways that it's important for you to start thinking about this around how do you take your content that's currently good and make it exceptional and not salesy and truly connected, that somebody responds because they feel the emotional connection and you understand the psychology on a level that's way deeper than what you're normally doing. So coming up, we have our Captivate and Convert. It is limited to 30 people. It is a 2-day full training. None of this sales pitch is bullshit. None of this multiple speaker bullshit. It is literally like training, and presentation training that's specifically designed if you want to be an influencer. I love all the hearts coming up. And if you want to be a thought leader. Hey, Diana, thanks for the hi. So when you come to Captivate and Convert, it's literally like you're sitting there, you're going through exercises, you're developing your talk, you're learning how to perform your talk, you're learning how to use your voice, your body language in a way that truly the best performers in the world, the best entertainers, because they're not performing, they're truthful, they're connected, and they understand their audience in a way that a normal speaker simply can't. But you don't want to be a normal speaker, you don't want to be a normal business owner, you don't want to be a normal salesperson. You want to be an influencer, somebody who moves the masses with your purpose and with what you do. If you feel called to do this deeper and profound work, we would love for you to join us. Early bird is ending next week. Be sure to go to minerva.ceo/captivate. minerva.ceo/captivate. Like I said, it's full on 2 days of training, none of this salesy crap stuff. You're literally learning, you're literally experiencing, you're literally integrating. We only have 30 spots, a whole bunch are already gone, so be sure to check it out before our early bird expires. Can't wait to see you there.